the rap scene. I am Frank 5D, the anomaly sworn solemnly high snobbity. And I keep telling y'all there's nowhere in the world that is sporting and supporting real lyricism and MCs than upstate New York. And we all definitely know about the producing prowess of Virginia, you know. These two individuals that we got have the eyes and ears of the people in the know, this thing of ours, you know, who really pay attention. And it's because they're out there in these hip hop streets, like really creating at the highest level. People, we got b.a.badd and producer Sypooda.
What's up?
Welcome,
What's
y'all.
up? What's up? Salute.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us, man.
Thanks for having us, for sure.
Straight up and down. Thank y'all for jumping on, man. Like I'll be so excited. I get to talk to the dopest people. BA, you just had a birthday.
Yeah, I did last Monday.
Happy belated, young man. How'd you celebrate?
I didn't do nothing, man. I went to the park, worked out, came home, and just laid around and went to sleep.
That man's 50 years old now.
Yeah, that's all I did. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's it, man. I for me, I didn't really care about going nowhere or partying and doing anything like that. We just dropped the album. We dropped the project on May 12th. So on Bandcamp, go there, download it. You know what I mean? Cop it. And for me, that was my birthday present. That was my celebration. Drop the project. And whatever I had to go party or go out of town, just put it right back into this mission that we on right now.
That's very generous of y'all to you know, bless us with a present. For your birthday. Straight up and down. Again, happy belated.
Thank you.
I just gave a little bit. Tell the people individually who y'all are and what y'all be on, please.
You know, it's b.a.badd, you know what I'm saying? I represent EBE Lifestyle LLC. That's my company. And I'm from Syracuse, Buffalo, upstate New York. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I mean, what you see is what you get, man. I ain't really got no gimmicks. I ain't the coke rapper or the super monster killer guy. I'm just a man that's, you know, that done went through his trials and tribulations and still learning and, you know, trying to grind and take care of his family and be the best version of myself as I go. And then at the same time, I'm giving you bars, songs, and everything that come with that. So I know what it is.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. Sai, what up?
I'm Sypooda, known as Sai, but I mean, it ain't much to say about me, man. I'm not much of a storyteller. I mean, I'm you know, young dude from Jersey. Grew up in the VA Beach area. Was back and forth from Jersey, so having that really influenced my ear sonically with, you know, what I create today. I play a few instruments, and that's what I got for you right now. We're gonna keep talking, and I got more for you. But you know, just looking to push the needle forward when it comes to the music, man. And we're gonna get into it, but that's why I fuck with BA, because I feel like he's an artist that does that in this scene that we in right now, you know.
That's what I'm talking. Hey, I feel the same way. Again, thank y'all both. Y'all been rocking and getting down for a while. How long has it been?
Shit, bro. When it been like maybe?
It's been a few years. It's been like, I want to say maybe back in like 2022. So it's been about like 3 years.
Oh, 3? You sure, bro? I feel longer.
Maybe it's 2021. You know, I mean, maybe it was around. Was it around the pandemic?
It was somewhere around there.
Somewhere around the pandemic is when we first got in contact, and then it just developed from there. It just snowballed.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up and down. That was the perfect time for people to you know, be reaching out and making those contacts. You know, since they tried to have everybody locked inside, which I don't know about, you know, y'all and where y'all were at, but where I was at, it wasn't really happening. BA, do you produce?
No.
Sai, do you rhyme?
I make reference tracks. but I don't release anything professionally. You know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say like both of y'all have almost an unlimited source of people who want to work with y'all, like MCs who want to jump on your beat side, and people who are just sending you tracks. B.A. is like, does it feel a way? Like, could you relate like can you relate like spotting an MC to actually digging for a sample, if that makes sense?
Can you kind of rephrase the question?
Well, say like I said, there's probably tons of people that want to jump on your beats.
Yeah.
How hard is it to look for an MC? Like, is it in any way akin to looking for a sample?
Oh, good question. I think maybe in a way you can compare it to that. I mean, I feel like, but maybe not at the same time, because for real, when I'm looking for a sample, maybe it is similar, because really when you hear the sample, it kind of comes to you. When you hear the rapper, they kind of come to you like ear wise. But I just feel like with rappers, it's like a plethora of rappers who are kind of maybe carbon copies of each other. But then when I'm listening to vinyl or just records in general, yeah, I got the same style of music, but it's so much variety, so it's kind of different.
I guess it tracks. I think I hear what you're saying. B.A. is pretty much same question. Like, how is it looking for a producer? Like, or is it just like you hear the beats, or it's like people, you hear their name, and you just end up working with them or something?
It's about the beat. It's about the music. For me, I can care less what your name is. You know what I'm saying? Like, the music got to speak for itself. And when it comes to like picking beats, they got to talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, when I hear it, it gotta see. For me, music is not so much about the sound; it's about the feeling. You know what I mean? Everything is vibrational. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't feel it, I really can't do nothing with it. You know what I mean? So that's how I go about picking beats. And when it comes to working with producers, I like to work with producers that's creative. I don't like producers that just do what everyone else does. Like, you have producers and you have beat makers. There's a lot of beat makers. In today's generation, very few producers. And so when I'm listening to a person send me pack, and I always tell producers, don't send me what you think you hear me on. Because what I release, what you heard that you liked, that doesn't mean that's not all I got in my bag. And so a lot of producers, they might hear a song like Everybody Eats or Plate Scrapers, and they hear me rapping on the grimy production, they immediately send me 40 grimy beats just like that. Right. And I'm like, I don't want that. I made that song already. I really want something else. I want to experiment and try different things. And when I hear a producer do something that's a little different than what I've heard from other producers, that makes me want to lock in with them more, because I'm like, oh, you're creative. You're trying something. It opens up potential for us to create a sound and do something different. And that's how I choose the producers that I want to work with.
Yeah, I fucking love it, man. Dope. It seems like y'all have like a real chemistry that's not even fully fleshed out yet, honestly.
Yeah, your bro is man, just to talk on Sypooda, man, when I met him, he sent me some beats. Boom. Okay, I heard the joints, they was dope. Okay. And then he took it upon himself to fly out, to come out to Buffalo and meet me and stay out here a couple days.
Word.
And that's when we really developed a relationship and really sat around, and he picked my brain, and I picked his brain, and realized, like, bro is really one of them ones. Like, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people say that about a lot of different people, but I watched him like grow as a producer, not just a beat maker. I watched him call me one day and say, yo, bro, I'm getting tired of making these beats. I'm about to learn how to play the guitar. And next thing you know, he's in his room with his shirt off playing the guitar, right? And then, you know what I'm saying? And I watched him like learn instruments and become a better producer, you know what I'm saying, over time. And so, you know, working with bro, he came to me during the time where the music wasn't really sparking for me. I was going through maybe a little depression, maybe just not really feeling the music. And his drive and his spark that he had in him kind of, you know, rubbed off on me, pause, and sparked me to get back to going and get my pen to moving. And next thing you know, that's where we get this Pain and the Hunger project where, you know what I'm saying, it was like, you know, he brought that to me, you know what I'm saying? So I like to tip my hat to him and what he do, because he's young, but he's really one of those ones that people don't really, they're gonna learn soon, like, bro, different.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it too, Sai, honestly. That's one thing that I personally love about, you know, the people who I like, is that is when I love artists who make me want to rap. And that goes for producers as well. When I hear their beats, you know, and when I hear their rhymes, I just be like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, I fucking love it. And I just can't stop playing it. Because, you know, some records, you know, I can't stop playing just for the production. And, you know, the overwhelming majority of records I can't stop playing for the bars and the production. But,
right.
You know, there's probably a split of, you know, some I'm just playing for the bars, some I'm just playing for production, and some I'm just playing for, you know, that happy medium.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's what, the way I found him was through his Everybody Eats project, I believe is what it's called. And he had a track with Conway and our guy Graf Wise, who does production. He's in Saudi Arabia right now. Where was he? Dubai. He's in Dubai right now.
Yeah, he is in Dubai. Yeah.
Yeah, and I heard it, but I'm big on visuals and the whole shebang. So the artwork that he had, from the production to the raps, I'm like, damn, I gotta meet this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, I think that was 2020. Was that 2021 when you dropped that?
I dropped it like 2020, 2019, 20.
Okay, I might have found it that next year or a couple months after that. But I like his whole presentation and how everything was put together. And like I said, a lot of the rappers in this scene today are making joints that sound just very similar, and everybody was going for that Griselda style sound. But I like that it was like in that ballpark, but it wasn't a blatant copy of it. And I was like, damn, I would like to, I got to work with this dude. And happy enough, man, I met him. Well, I think we started exchanging info like on social media, what have you. And he was a cool dude, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit, I'm about to go out there and see what we could do. And ever since, we've been locked in. And
straight
also, he don't know, he was one of the guys that, you know, and no soft shit, but he believed in me before I kind of believed in myself. You know, it's him and a couple of other people I grew up with. But I was in a medical program in my school, but at the same time is when I started my business with the music. And he was one of the guys I was like constantly tapped in with, creating with during that time, like walking out my lab room to like call him or send some emails and stuff like that. And it influenced me to be like, I'm done with school. I got to leave, man, and pursue this music. So, you know what I'm saying? He definitely played a pivotal role that he might not even know, for real.
Yo, I don't even know how to feel about that. My man is so dope. He's like influencing future doctors to just abandon healthcare. just run it up. Yeah. That's what's up, man. I love the origin story, honestly, for real. Thank y'all for breaking that down. Talk just a little bit about the process. Like, describe how y'all execute a collaboration? Any record?
It probably kind of start with him. Like he'd probably send me a batch, send me something, and I'm real picky with beats. That's one thing about me, right? I'm a picky guy, and it's all about my mood. So he could send me 10 beats. I might be like, nah, I don't like none of them. 6 months from now, I go back, that third beat talking to me. Bro, I got something. Word, boom, push it through. Yo, I like this. Yo, you should change this a little bit. Boom, come back, redo it. Boom, boom, boom. Now we got something. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. And we just keep building like that. You know what I
mean? and also I like that. I only like to work with individuals who like allow me, like you said, to be more a producer and not just a beat maker. Because I like to be involved in actually creating the entire track, entire project, how things look and things like that. And we allow each other like to safely critique each other. There's no egos involved in it. And I feel like that's the best way that you can create something organically. Like let's not hide. First of all, let's not hide what we feel about something. Like, nah, we both men, let's speak on it, but also be okay with change if something needs to change. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big part of the process for me.
Mm-hmm. Straight up and down.
Beautiful. And it's been some things with this project that I was like, I ain't feeling. And he was like a little stubborn with it, but he was like, all right, fuck it, I hear you, let's do it. And I'm like,
well, right, I love it. I love it.
And vice versa.
The latest is Painted in Hunger.
Yeah.
Dope. Thank you, y'all. Dope project. A lot surrounding it. I mean, should I say, your B.A. first project in a while. Like,
yeah.
I know you had music in between, but why did it take so long to drop another album?
I don't know. I think I was going through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I want to say 2022. My grandmother passed away, who was somebody that was really close to me. You know what I'm saying? I had my daughter was born in 2020, and I was
Same
working.
Birthday as me too. Crazy.
Yeah. And I was working a lot, and I just really didn't. Sometimes you get to going, and then after a minute you run out a little bit of gas after a while. You know what I mean? Especially when you're doing this independently and you trying and you grinding, and I'm self-made, self-paid. That's how I grind. So everything you see is out my pocket. Where I record at is right here in my basement. You know what I'm saying? Like, so after a while, sometimes when you running on your marathon, you get tired. And so I had just got tired after a while. Got tired, didn't really care about the music, just wasn't hitting for me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, bro was like keeping me alive. Like even though during that time where I wasn't releasing music, I was still like, I get a song in here, song in there, song in here, a song in there. And I was kind of like building myself back up, like, you know what I'm saying, to get ready to get in that position, to get ready to release and put things together. And I'll say by like 2023, 2024, I was just like, we was like mad scientists just working, but not like waving the flag like, hey, look what we doing. It's just like, you know what we here to do is we're gonna build up some music, we're gonna come up with a plan, and when we execute, we're gonna really come hard with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where 2025 is like, all right, now it's time to punch everybody in their face and let them know who we is, what we come to do, and what we got in store,
Word up. And it's raw. Thank you both again. Easily digestible. Also, roughly 30 minutes. Replayable.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Favorite joints. Let's go. Both of you.
My absolute favorite one is 9 to 5. With the homie Prophet. That from the beginning, I like that joint. I did like the beat at first, but when they got the vocals up there, they brought it out because it the tone of it is exactly what I was going for with the instrumental. So it was dope. And then another one would be it's one that recently became my favorite actually. It's called Sunday Dinner. And it's another one, like he said, it's not just about what it sounds like, but the feeling that it gives you. And that one brings me like when he's the combination of the beat and his lyrics make you feel like you was there, and like gives me like a homey nostalgic vibe. And I appreciate the track now, especially because it started out as not one of my favorite ones, and then to like see it progress to what it became, it's beautiful to me.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, I agree. 9 to 5 is my favorite song, because it's personal. It's very personal. You know what I mean? My other favorite, the thing about Pain and the Hunger, and this is where we was going for, is that if you listen to my other music, my other discography, this is way more soulful. It's way more, we was being a lot more creative and more well-rounded as far as the project. The other music was just more grimy and hard-hitting. We wanted to try some things. So when you hear 100,
my bad for cutting you off. You spoken about that, like that was a part of the process of you taking that time off with things going on, the growth, and the evolution of yourself.
For sure. Yeah, but the thing about it is everything that I did on this project, I've been doing music for a long time. And I've always made all type of music, all type of songs. But it's just that when I came back out and it was just underground hip hop, just grimy, boom bap sound, I kind of fed my audience that, not knowing that I got a lot in my bag, right? So that's what we wanted to do on this project, was explore every other pocket. So when you hear 100 and you hear me rapping in that cadence, that's different than what we done before. When you hear Sunday Dinner and I'm talking about family and I'm talking about God, you don't hear that on the other projects. It's more soulful. When you hear Born Sinner and I'm talking about being black and being proud and what we going through as being in America, something you didn't hear in the other projects. And so we just wanted to touch every base and let everybody know we just not a one-trick pony. You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist. I really don't like I'm boom bap artist. No, I'm an artist that's from the East Coast. So my sound is East Coastist, but I'm an artist. I'm not just that in that box of a rapper. I can rap on any beat you can put in front of me and be me on every beat you put in front of me. You know what I'm saying?
Love it. That's why we here, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, I might not be showing it, but I got me pumped up, dude. A lot of movie quotes on the project. What are y'all favorite movies?
My favorite movie is The 5 Heartbeats.
Ooh, good one.
That's my favorite.
I hope it don't sound weird. That's my lady's favorite movie.
Yeah,
that's my wife's favorite movie. Yep. I don't know how many times I've seen The 5 Heartbeats.
I was watching it when I was a kid. I be joking when I be talking to shorties and they be like, "Oh," I be like, "My musical growing up was The 5 Heartbeats." I watched that movie probably 1,000 times.
It's beautiful,
and I love music, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know what I'm saying, great story. I mean, and I think what I love about it the most, if you understand, my company is EBE Lifestyle. Everybody eats. What I want for me is what I want for my brother. That's what I'm saying. That's what I created it for, with that mindset. And when you look at the 5 Heartbeats, you got 5 bros, 5 friends, 5, you know what I'm saying? And through their trials and tribulations, they stayed together. They fought together. They pushed together. They didn't, you know what I mean? They might have broken up a little bit, but they found their way to come back together. And it's kind of like the nucleus of what Everybody Eats was created for. You know what I'm saying? Loyalty. And then you got the music there that just bring everything, you know what I'm saying? Bring everything full circle. It's just that's probably like my number one favorite movie.
Beautiful, well said, beautiful. Sai?
For me, I got two. I'll say two for now. I got three though. But number one is City of God. It's a Brazilian
Great.
film.
Great movie.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know that joint?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the cinematography to the music, you know, to the colors, like the acting, the fact that it was real people from the city that they had acting in that motherfucker.
Rest in peace, Benny, man.
Yes,
that was a great fucking movie.
One of my favorite of all time.
It was so good. I thought it was like a documentary or something. That's how good it was.
I mean, it was based on a true story.
Yeah.
So it was very real. But that one, and then also I got Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is crazy to me.
Shit.
Yeah. It's another one of those that's just visually insane on top of the story.
Right.
And the acting, of course.
Hey, I don't know how many times I've seen Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, most definitely. But my favorite movie of all time is Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
Malcolm X to mine. You know what I'm saying? That's one. But I love Spike Lee's vision. You know what I mean? Do the Right Thing is definitely a great movie for sure.
That's not the one that Spike Lee is in, is it?
Yep.
So, is that one? Oh, okay.
He's in most of his movies.
Yeah.
Especially in those early days. He's in most of his movies. But yeah, he was the main character, Mookie.
It has something to do with sneakers or something?
Say that again, Sam?
Yeah, he was in his sneakers.
It has something to do with sneakers?
Maybe in a couple spots, but it wasn't about sneakers.
Mm.
In the movie, you're right. You remember the part where the dude was riding his bike and he ran over bro's sneakers.
Yo, man, what you?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking about.
That out bugging out, man. Giancarlo Esposito. That's my favorite of all time.
Classic. It's hard to say what's your favorite because it's like okay, so many different genres, so many different. You know what I mean? You got action. You got, like you said, Do the Right Thing, Pulp Fiction. I can't compare Pulp Fiction to 5 Heartbeats. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just great. You know what I mean? Great is great. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
So many.
Yo, I mean that's a good segue. Yo, Sai, you said a few years ago that you was gonna make a few classics. How many have you made so far?
Oh, you did your research, man. To be honest with you, I gotta wait and see. As of now, none. But I'm really feeling special about some of these tracks on this project. But I haven't made any classics, at least that have been released. Maybe some that's still in my studio. Yeah.
He's like who is it? Like, who's the dude who like didn't know he had the superpowers? I'm like, I don't know. It's 100 of them. Okay, my bad. How many classics are you tucking that you just are not telling me about?
Man, I think I got 10.
Come on.
And I don't, because you can't use the term classic lightly. A classic is a classic. You know, so I say I got 10, and I think I could have some on this project, but I gotta wait and really see.
That's what I'm talking about, man. And I mean, I am Frank 5D. I hear everything first, so you know, send it
Respect, man.
Always interested, honestly, from the producer's perspective. How often do you know that a track is going to be a classic prior to hearing any bars on it, or just really hearing it flushed out?
See, now that's different because it could be a classic at first, and then you get bars on it, and then it's not a classic.
Has that ever happened to you? Has that ever happened to you?
Absolutely, I hate it, and that's why I'm starting to limit myself on who gets my instrumentals. But the other way around is it wasn't a classic first, how I felt with some of these tracks that I sent to B.A., but then he put it together, and I'm like, wow, that's exactly how I wanted it to sound. but I couldn't do that myself, and then it turned into a classic.
Beautiful.
So, yeah.
I love it. Thanks. Switching gears a bit, I have you both here from, you know, different dynamic regions in this thing of ours. Question: where would hip hop have started if it didn't start in New York?
Maybe LA. And I say that because it had a strong b-boy presence out there, right? You have a lot of music is out there. I mean, not like New York, but kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of art. I mean, we know you was either in New York or LA as far as, you know, a musician. A lot of musicians lived out in LA, so you had a strong like funk scene. You know what I'm saying? You had a strong like musical presence out there, and it just it's a lot that goes on out there. It's a lot of street. So hip hop was created, you know what I'm saying, out of almost, I don't want to say nothing, but it was created out of like having the bare minimum but wanting the most, right? So you take an individual who don't have no money for no studio, don't have no instrumentation, don't have anything. All he has is his dad's record player. And he takes a vinyl, right? He can't produce, he doesn't produce, but he loves music, and he sits there and he plays it till he hits a break beat. And he brings it back. He brings it back. And he brings it back. And then you take, you know what I mean? And then to have the genius to say, oh, I'm going to take this mixer, put this in the middle, and I'm going to keep bringing it back at a certain time to keep the beat going and going and going. You know what I'm saying? And listening to like Grandmaster Flash talk about how he he created something that, like, he was working with the mixer, the Geminis, not the Geminis, techniques, and he did something where he learned the timing and everything like that when it came to production. And so it's like, when you take that from, you know, young black youth who had barely nothing coming out of the Bronx, you can get that same type of, you know, thing out of the West Coast, out of LA, where you had a lot of poverty, you had a lot of struggle. You know what I mean? The Panthers came out of Oakland. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of uprising. You know what I mean? You had a lot of inner city youth that had, you know, they went through the 70s where it wasn't much to do. And then you have that music, and then you have that energy, that same energy. That's why it spread it the way it spread it. You know what I'm saying? Because every section was going through the same thing, and they understood that language. And so I think LA would have been there because, yeah, would have been that.
Man, this guy's not a storyteller, but we obviously see who is. Just thanks for the roller coaster right there, and well said. LA is my number one answer, and you know, but I don't think anybody's, you know, said it better. Sai.
To be honest, dog, I can't even. That's a good answer for me, but I feel like I don't know enough about hip hop history to say that. And I'm damn near 2000s baby, so you know I came in at a weird time, but the way he explained it, I mean, shit, he persuaded me that that's the right answer. Goddamn it.
You know what? I mean, Side, that was also the right answer. For real, like straight up and down. Don't pull some shit out of your ass. Like, you know, really, if you don't know, you don't know. I respect that straight up and down. And yes, that's he just told us straight up and down. I definitely knew that. Very nice. I always tend to say somewhere ancillary to New York. If not what y'all doing up north, BA, then somewhere like a Philly, or somewhere like a Jersey side,
Yeah.
a birthplace, or Philly, something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but when I was just thinking East Coast type of thing.
Entirely, yeah.
I wasn't just thinking one city. You know what I mean? After I said what I said, and he was talking, I'm like, what about Jersey? What about, you know what I'm saying? But I was just thinking coastal wise, where it could have came from. Because I'm thinking East Coast, I'm incorporating New York, but you got Philly, you got Jersey, you got the tri-state area right there. Right. That's part of the gumbo. Everybody like to say South Bronx. They always want to say the five boroughs, like Jersey and Philly, ain't have nothing to do with the shit. You know what I mean? Most of the top fucking producers and rappers came out of Long Island. They don't like to say that. They just want to say the Bronx, Brooklyn, Harlem. But Rakim come out of Long Island. You know what I'm saying? Queen Latifah and fucking Naughty by Nature come out of fucking Jersey. Like, you know what I mean? For a long, when you go back and you look at the late 80s, early 90s.
I'll be confused a bunch. I'll be confused a bunch because I'm partial to Queens MCs, and you know a lot of the people that I associate with Queens like that are not from Queens. Like who like AZ? AZ is from Brooklyn, isn't he? He's not from Queens, right? Yeah, but he's so associated with Queens, and it just be throwing me for a mix, put me in the washing machine. I fucking love it, dude. Thanks. I ask everybody that, honestly, and I'm gonna eventually put something together because I have so many interesting answers and why artists think it might have been here. Some of the most interesting was in the UK, somewhere like right outside of London. I couldn't even remember the actual name, and then of course like somewhere in Louisiana, where where it was a lot of slavery or something like that. They were just really kind of saying the South. But they gave like a few specific places. A lot of interesting answers, honestly.
But to add to that, when you think about it, right? And I'm surprised nobody really speaks about this. Around the same exact time hip hop was created and bubbling and doing what it was doing, in every little other region and pocket, there was another subgenre of music that was created. It just didn't blow like hip hop, right? So you got the
most famous punk rock. It was just being born right around the time as hip hop.
You go down to DC. You got go-go, right? Mm-hmm. You go over to like Baltimore or Detroit. Got house music or techno, right? You go even to LA, right? LA was really like up on the b-boy scene early. Like they were probably like it's an argument about them breakdancing, you know what I mean, around the same exact time, right? So the pop locking, right? Pop locking and doing all
graffiti
that type
as
of
well. Graffiti. There was a huge graph culture in LA in the late 80s and early 90s. Most definitely. I'd say mid 80s.
All this shit was was bubbling at the same time. It's just that New York was the epicenter. People forget what New York was back then. It wasn't these cities. That's you got a lot of cities that have grown over time, but New York City was like New York City. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a thing. Even when we
got that reference, side don't get that reference. I got that.
You get what I'm saying, right? Like it's just for instance, like just to get a little more off subject, like bro, me and bro was talking the other day, and he asked me like, "Yo, bro, how big was Michael Jackson?"
I did,
and I'm like, bro, you gotta
I needed to know in comparison to today, like how big.
Bro, I can't even explain who the fuck Mike was and how big he was.
I think I've heard that before, and I could only say my best explanation is like 5 Beyoncés and 5 Taylor Swifts, like literally all in one, like and then but on a whole different level of appeal, like for real. That's very interesting, honestly. Like I've heard that before, and I've never really even thought about it until my man Sai just asked. I mean, that's amazing though, because we really don't know, and that's what's dope about y'all is that y'all are really actually bridging that generational gap that is fucking terrible in hip hop right now. It's prevalent everywhere in society. The the older kind of get cast out or looked at, especially in the entertainment business overall. It's all about the youth. You know, that's what drives it. Even though it might be sometimes manufactured by the old.
Yeah.
Let's play a game, y'all. Let's play who's better at. Very interesting considering the age dynamic.
Okay.
So it's just simple. Who's better at? Tell me y'all who y'all going with.
I'll say this: I'm young, but I'm definitely still an old head at heart, bro.
Hey.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I mean, here we go. Let's go. Who's better at video games?
Probably
I would say you. I don't touch no damn video
I don't
game,
even play
bro.
video. I don't even play games.
I mean, have either of y'all ever?
I used to.
Yeah.
I used to. Years ago.
I mean, how dope were you? I need an answer, man. Who's better?
I was a beast when I did play, but I ain't played in so long. Like, you know what I mean?
I could take that one. Yeah, I could take that because I used to play games.
So Sai is better at video games. Boom.
Unless we playing like Fight Night or something like that.
Okay. See, now you talking about boxing and fighting stuff. That's me, bro.
I was spanking
anything fighting.
UFC, boxing, any
no.
WWE game. I'm killing.
Hey man, I'm better at Galaga. Yo, don't even Tetris. I will work you over now. Here we go. Who's better, Sypooda or b.a.badd at singing or vocalizing?
It's me. Yeah, that's me. Cause I do this like every day.
Yeah.
Word up. I can see that. Who's better at cleaning up the studio after a session?
That ain't me.
I don't know if I think I got ADHD type of thing. Like, it gotta be certain areas. If it's not, throw me off guard.
I can barely even get to work if it's looking messy or at least not orderly in any way. I feel you. Who's better at cooking?
Oh,
me.
BA for sure. Yeah.
Me.
Dope. What would you be making?
Everything. I'm fat. I like to eat. Eat.
Who's better? I don't know if either of y'all drink. Who's better at making a mixed drink?
BA.
Yeah, I think I mean, I'm not a huge drinker, but I fuck around.
Word.
Yeah.
Tight. What? Okay. Who's better at hip hop trivia?
Me.
Yeah, I gotta give it to BA, man.
Is that true? I mean, okay. So hold up. Boom. Side game. Let's go. Side game in the game, like we shooting dice. Hip hop trivia nickname edition with b.a.badd and Sypooda.
All right.
We only heard Melvin Flint.
Noriega.
Okay. Let's not just throw it out like it is.
My bad.
Say if you know or not. All right, here we go. All right, the Blastmaster.
Got that one. Blastmaster.
I have no idea.
This is the Blastmaster KRS-One. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay. Pitbull in a skirt.
I got that one.
That ain't. Nah, I ain't gonna look like a fool.
I said.
No, this is what the game is for. Who do you think it might be? Pitbull in a skirt.
I know who it is.
Yeah, I'm thinking DMX.
You're on the right path. Come on, here we go.
Who is this?
Name a female who wrapped around. We trying to.
Oh, that's Eve. Oh shit.
We gotta come on. Here we go. The brokest rapper you know.
Hey, I got something off the top of my head, but it definitely ain't the right answer.
Brokest rapper you know. It ain't.
If you have a guess, go ahead and throw it out.
It ain't Biz, is it?
Say that again.
Biz Markie?
Oh, that's a good answer, but no. Sai, who's your incorrect answer?
MC Hammer.
Hey man, no Hammer slander. No.
Yeah, you're right.
That guy. The brokest rapper you know is Sean Price. Rest in peace.
Oh man,
yeah.
And that's one I really like Sean Price too.
The legendary. Okay, Tina Snow.
Meg.
Oh, yeah.
You're not supposed to tell him the answer. If you know, just say you know. Boom. But yes, you are correct. Megan Thee Stallion. We love Megan Thee Stallion here on the rap scene.
I love Meg too.
Shame what's going on with all that hubbub and tomfoolery and tricknology. Papa Large.
Can I say it again?
Papa Large. If you know it, say you know it. But yeah, my bad. I'm not trying to take away your time to come up with it.
I don't know it. Papa Large.
Papa Large is the one and only ultramagnetic MC, Kool Keith, amongst many of his other nicknames. Who is Tony Starks?
I got that one.
My bad, I missed. Who's got that one?
I got that one.
I got it too.
Yeah, that's Ghost.
Sure.
Tony Starks is Ghostface Killer. The Wally Camp himself, amongst many other. Who is Big Mama?
Oh, I know who that is. It's my baby. Gotta say it.
Trauma. Cause here comes the who is it?
It ain't Lotto, is it?
No.
He do call himself Big Mama though.
He said that's my baby.
She do call herself Big Mama.
Hey, she might call herself Big Mama, but the original Big Mama is the one and only Roxanne Shante.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to her on Rock the Bells Radio every afternoon. Yes, we love Roxanne Shante. Who is the ruler?
Oh, we know that.
Yeah, I give you that one.
Wait for us.
1, 2, 3.
Slick Rick.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Who is the Superman lover?
I know who that is too.
Superman
I know who that is. I can say it.
Just released his long-awaited follow-up to his classic side. New Jersey rapper.
You ain't talking about Redman?
B.A., who are we talking about?
You talking about Heavy D?
No, he is the heavyweight lover. You are swinging and missing all over the place. You got it. It is Redman. Yes, even though I had to give him hints.
Oh, okay.
You should have got that. You from Jersey, man.
Man,
it's Redman himself. Who is Nikki Lewinsky?
I swore it was Heavy D. I was ready to correct you and everything. Like, he's not from Jersey.
Now burning money earning. But he is the overweight lover, not the Superman lover. He's the overweight lover, Heavy D.
Yeah.
Definitely. Who's Nikki Lewinsky?
We know that one.
1, 2, 3.
Nicki Minaj.
Shout out to Nikki. Okay, here we go. Who is Larry Fisherman?
I got that one. Mac Miller.
Rest in peace. We were supposed to try and drag it out of B.A. We're supposed to try.
My bad.
Who is China Doll?
Oh, I know who that is.
Sound familiar.
Love her too.
considered one of the greatest female MCs of all time.
Who is that? That ain't
B.A.
Foxy Brown.
The one and only.
Yeah.
They keep saying she's about to make a comeback or something or other.
Yeah.
Knows, yeah. This is going on. Let's a couple more. Who's Lil Boat?
I don't like that guy.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Really? I can't say I'm a big fan of his music, but I'm a big fan of his style, honestly. And just his ability to just move and do his own thing.
Yeah.
I dig that a lot. And he has made a couple of songs along the way. Most, I'd say, I really love his collaboration with Tame Impala. Alternative.
Oh yeah, I think that record. Somebody put me on that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still have that one in rotation for real. Really.
So you also a fan of more alternative music as well?
Oh man, you probably wouldn't even. You probably know hip hop better than you know my playlist.
I doubt it, bro. Trust me, I'm everywhere. I do this when it comes to foreign stuff.
Last one, the probably dopest nickname I've said, Spitta Andretti.
We both know that one.
Yeah.
Shout out to the guy. I love it, man. Thank you for busting out like that. But let's finish up. Who's better at? Just a few. Who's better at realizing when a bar needs to be reworked or resaid?
I think that's me, to be honest, bro.
I don't. That's kind of hard to say. I'm gonna say it's hard to say only because half of the time, 90% of the time, if I made that call, nobody heard it because I did it before I even let him hear it, right? And he will come and say, bro, I think you should say this over. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. And so, I think we will really know once we really sit in the room and we really go through the whole process of recording and, you know what I'm saying, doing something on the spot of go in there and redo that over, you know what I'm saying? And then we can really see the magic of what that come out to be.
Okay, I mean, I'll take that side. You said you might have it.
Yeah, I could agree in that aspect, but if we talking between us, but I think in general, I think my ear is different for that because I'm not a rapper, so I'm listening as a consumer, and a consumer and a producer. So I'm hearing little things I feel like need to be changed that are more appealing to my ear versus a rapper's this needs to sound like this because they're used to the rap mentality. Not saying for him specifically, but just for people.
I agree.
Rappers in general. Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, I love it. And I was specifically, I didn't say it, but I was specifically talking about between you two.
Oh so, that would be different. You have to play it out.
I get that word straight up and down. Who's better at breakdancing?
Well, not
I was about to say, yeah.
Sypooda.
I don't have no coordination for real, but I'm good with the calisthenics, so I think it's me.
Okay. Who's better at interacting with fans?
Maybe me.
Maybe B.A. I think he got more appeal when it comes to that. I'm a good people person, but do I always want to talk to people? Nah.
I don't never want to talk to people like that. I had to force myself okay, here we go.
Yeah, I think for me as a producer, man, going out and then people just wanting stuff from me, it drains me a little bit, But genuine interactions, I love that,
100%. I agree.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Last but not least, but I honestly feel is kind of important, especially with my creative background. Who's better at knowing when a project is complete?
Ooh, I could say off the bat, it's not me.
Why? Come tell me more.
There's so many things I have, like in terms of like my compositions and stuff that I make, that I just sit on because I'm like, it's just not there yet. But that's like the worst thing to do. I think that's the worst quality that I have. Is not knowing when something's complete.
Is it anything like, there was a famous story of like it took like, I don't know, 6 months or something to make Kanye West All of Lights. Is it something like that? I don't know. There was like 100 people involved in the making of that record or something. But is it anything like that where you'll just like keep retweaking it and retweaking it and retweaking it, or is it like, okay, I'll come back to it later?
It's because I hear something in my head that I'm going for, and then you always can't do it by yourself. I think that's a lot of it. I need collaborators a lot of the time, whether it's somebody who can play an instrument better than me, sing better than me, or BA that can rap and bring my shit together. I need other ears sometimes, and when I'm just sitting in there by myself, just picking at a dead horse, that shit ain't gonna get done. And I'm just forcing it.
Word up. BA, please. How do you know when a project is complete?
I feel like if you're a student of the game, student of music for so long, you kind of like, it's almost like telling a story, like from beginning to end. Like I feel like one thing I feel like I'm really good at, and I like to do, I like to sequence a project from the first song to the last.
Great sequencing on the project, most definitely.
That's one thing that like I like. Even when I listen to music today, it bothers me when I hear certain. So I'll be like, bro, why did you put that in the beginning? That was supposed to be at the end. Like, bro, like what are y'all doing? Because the way an album is sequenced can totally change your opinion on the music song.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? The way things flow into things. So it's all about storytelling. And I can listen to a project, like doing my own project, and then sometimes I could be like, it's missing something. Let me look at my spice cabinet and pull this out. Or if I don't have that one song that's not bringing it to where I needed to bring it to, I'll be like, bro, it's missing a vibe, bro. We need to keep retweaking. We need to keep trying. We need to throw something else out there, figure this out. You know what I'm saying? And then that's where we get to understand like skits, transitions, totally change the dynamic of what a project may be when it's just sitting there with just the music. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's a story. It's a story that comes together. So, yeah.
Beautiful insight, y'all. And thank you again for playing. We've been on for a minute, so let's go ahead and start wind it down. B.A., talk to me about Everybody Eats a little bit more. We mentioned it earlier, but what's up?
Everybody Eats. As far as the company, the brand, the lifestyle, it's exactly what it says. It's community. For me, when I came up with that and I thought of it, I was doing a 4-year bid, and I was like, I wanted to come up with a name that my grandmother could wear a shirt. And I thought of, so I'm a firm believer that that words are life, right? And when you speak something, you know what I'm saying, when you keep saying something, you create that reality. And I looked at like Cash Money Records. Cash Money Records, that's what they talked about from day one. And they sold more records and made a lot of money, more than a lot of their competitors over time. And you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z with Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying? Then you look at Suge Knight with Death Row. You know what I'm saying? And you look at, Murder Inc. You look at these things and you say, okay, you saying something over and over and over again, you putting that energy out there, eventually it's going to come to your front door. So when Everybody Eats, I wanted to do something that was positive, something that, you know, it was a good example for not just me, for everybody around. And so that's what I came up with, and that's how I live. You know what I'm saying? I'm always open to give somebody an opportunity. If I got a opportunity or I got a door that open, first thing I'm thinking about who I can push through there to help them out. Because I genuinely love to see other people win, even when they don't care to see me win. It doesn't even bother. That doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? I just care to see people win. So, you know, that's what everybody says for me.
Beautiful, man, and much success. We want to support as much as we can. Same with you, Sa. You're working on a project with Daylight.
Not specifically a project. I'm working on his project heavily though.
Okay, word up, straight up and down. Well, yo, what do you think about the back and forth? Yeah, man, come on, bring it to me. Everything's dope. Honestly, I'm liking it better than the last joint that we had, the last beat last year.
I'll keep it real with y'all. Y'all might call me crazy, but I text like this today, and I said, "Yo, you know I'm a little younger than y'all," and I'm speaking with him and other people that me and him are associated with. I said, but to be honest, for me personally, his diss track that he dropped is called like "Word to My Mother." I told him, for me in this day and age, it was the best diss track that I've heard for me personally. And I say that because I didn't grow up in seeing Nas, Jay, Kiss, 50, and everybody go at it, you know, during that time. You know, so in terms of what I've heard in a rap beef, I fucked with that track the most so far, in my opinion. You know, but that just goes to say, I just feel like he's like a lyrical assassin.
Yeah. B.A., want to weigh in on that?
This battle is cool. I'm more surprised with Joey, what he's doing in this battle. I feel like I respect first I feel like everything is almost misinterpreted, right? When Joey said it's too much West Coast dick licking, I feel like the people from the West took that as a shot.
Most
How
definitely.
I took it was he was talking to the East Coast, telling the same way Hove is telling niggas back in the day, y'all dick riding these niggas too much. And so I respected that. I respected him being vocal on that point. But then when they took it a whole nother level and said, well, I'm about to respond to you, he never backed down.
He stood on exactly what he said. Like, yo, I wasn't talking to y'all, but if the shoe fits, like straight up and down.
If y'all want to take it that way, come on. And the fact that he stood his ground, he hasn't backed down. Daylight is a fucking animal. The man raps from the left side of his brain. I don't understand. Like, he's different. And he didn't back down.
Definitely different.
He's literally fighting 4 people at the same time. And it's not like his district, like he's standing his ground and he's coming with his shit. You know what I'm saying? They dropping, it's like he drops, Ray Vaughn comes back. He drops again, Daylight comes. He drops again, Ray Vaughn and Daylight comes. He drops again. And I was like, damn, I'm like, where the East Coast artists at? Y'all going like, I mean, I felt compelled, like, man, I might jump in this because even though I'm not on that level, I'm not on that level to where I feel like it'll make noise because I don't have the PR and I'm not that, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm like, where everybody at?
Hey, a lot of people will argue that Ray Vaughn isn't either. For real. Straight up and down.
But he's signed to TDE and he has that light.
That's the only reason why it's accepted. Honestly,
100%. I thought.
Guess who else was on? I don't know if he's still signed to him, but Isaiah Rashad. if he would have said something, everybody would have fucking laughed or something.
But we know why.
I mean, straight up and down. I'm just
no, but 100%. But like I said, the fact that he's on TDE and he has that like push, that's why his response was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? People heard it, blogs picked it up. It made Joey say, "Oh, let me handle your little man," and then Daylight jumps in.
And I won't put it past, you know, that collective to actually use it as a play. They are kind of masters. Y'all would know this better than me. Like, you know, they know how to push somebody. They know how to bring up the next one. Basically, should I say, they've done it time and time again. Like over this past, you know, 15 years, 20 years. But I'd say Joey has the upper hand right now.
He does.
Yeah, I've always liked Joey. I've always liked it from the first time I've heard about him from back in the Capital Steez days. Joey has been dope.
So me too. But to me, I think this damn near some of the best I heard of Joey for real.
Me too.
Honestly, most definitely.
And I like Joey from the 1999 stuff. You know, the pro era days. As time moved on, I kind of fell off a little bit. I wasn't too crazy about his last project. But today, in terms of like, I can rap, the flow and all that shit, I'm like, oh, bro, okay.
No, because you know what it is? Daylight comes and he does it joint, right? And it's like, I expect that from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like getting in the ring with somebody and you're like, okay, I'm expecting you to come in here and knock this dude out. But when you don't knock him out,
how long is this gonna take? What's about
when you come here, when you're Lamont Roach, and we're like, hold on now, he's landing a few good shots on the champion. Now your catapult now is like, yeah, you came with a great diss track, but that's expected. You're a battle rapper. We expect you to come like that. We don't expect this dude over here to come like that, and y'all not shutting him up.
It's funny because the narrative keeps switching. Like, you know, have we heard the latest joint with Joey and Loaded Lux?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right. So like they're like the narrative is moving towards.
But I was like, about damn time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, finally something, and it's like. But you know what? It makes sense, right? Because Daylight, Lux finally comes in. What ends up happening 6 months down the line, 3 months down the line? We get a Daylight and Lux battle on stage, right?
Finally, yeah.
You know what I mean? It makes all sense, and it's like everybody has an invested interest. You know what I mean? And if that was the key for Ray Vaughn to finally get his spark. It's smart. That's what Hov would do. Hov would take Young Christian up on Hot 97 and say, all right, go.
I wonder how long he was holding that Lux, 10,000 Lux to one Daylight.
I like that one.
I wonder how long he was holding that. That's cold.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. That would be a crazy battle.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of pause, stop. Let's go over what he just said. All right, let it go. Pause, stop.
Yeah, most definitely. Yo, you getting ready for the road?
Yeah.
You excited? What's up?
Very excited.
I'm excited for you, dude. Come on, I need some more excitement out of you.
Yeah, very excited. Very excited. First stop is Pittsburgh, June 7th. And shout out to Jay Skis, you know what I'm saying? It's his tour, ground level. And we this is actually the third leg of the tour. I was a part of the second leg where we ran through Boston, Cleveland, Denver, and Chicago was the spots that I was able to go to. And it's been.
Am I wrong? Was Tony Boy on with y'all?
My boy, yeah, hell yeah.
Shout out Tony Boy.
Yep, and shout out to my man L Biz. L Biz was my DJ And he held it down, and you know, it's really been building this brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? The opportunity to go on tour, to get in front of different crowds, to showcase our art, and all the reception has been great. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, it's a thing. It's dope.
Sai, you plan on getting up there to any of those spots?
Shit, if I can, I will absolutely be at something.
That's what's up, man. Well, I wish I could run out, but you know, I'll be stuck in this dungeon right here, yo.
That's a nice dungeon to be stuck in.
Well, congratulations, yo. Honestly, that's what I'm talking about. Keep it safe, have fun while getting to that work. Tickets are on sale right now at eBeLifestyle.com. www. Before that, you straight on know. Go out there and support. Where can the people follow y'all both? Drop the socials.
You can follow me at b.a.badd _ EBE. That's b.a.badd _ EBE. Everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Threads. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, tap in.
Follow them on the whole shebang side.
For me, find me Sypooda on pretty much everything. Sypoodabeats.com to find some instrumentals that I have available if you're interested in that. Also different services, you know, consultations and mixing and mastering. And lastly, the best way to reach me, sypoodabeats@gmail.com. You can try the DMs, but I get a lot of DMs, man. Just trying to tell y'all.
Don't try to DMs, y'all. That's what he's saying. I'm telling you. No, try the DMs because you know you never know how you might be able to get in touch with your favorite artists and the people that you might want to rock with. Try the DMs. Always try to be the best version of yourself when you're doing that too. Don't bring no scared fake business.
Absolutely.
Straight up down. That's whether you're jumping in BA's DMs. That's whether you're jumping in Sai's DMs. And in that term, jumping into DMs, ha ha ha. You better be bringing business to begin with, straight up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Follow both of these men, or are we gonna like order 100 boxes of Krispy Kreme donuts to your job, and then you know everybody gonna think you pay for them, then you're gonna have to pay for them. Straight up and down. Follow me, Frank 5D, on any app you can tap. We're gonna keep it moving, y'all. Positive energy activates constant elevation.
Great talking to you, brother.
Talking to you.